Take a minute and think about the last time you accomplished something incredible, not because you had full courage or full thought that you could do it yourself, but because you knew that you had people in your corner who believed in you. The people who were encouraging you, the ones who calmed the chaos just with their presence, the one who convicted over and over again that you are capable of doing it. Maybe they were just sending text messages. Maybe it was a glance here and there. Perhaps it was even a steady presence beside you. And maybe at the time you didn't realize that it was happening until after you had finished it. But their strength carried you. And in doing so, they revealed how much strength you have yourself. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. For those who are new here, my name is Ash, and this is the space where you and I get to journey this beautiful thing called life together. So pull up a cozy seat and get something good to drink as we take a closer look at the essence of borrowed strength. This idea of borrowing strength from others is a concept that I have been carrying with me probably for the last 2 decades, even though for a majority of that time, I didn't realize it. Borrowing strength is understanding that we are not built, we're not programmed, we are not capable of doing everything on our own. It means leaning on someone else's clarity, steadiness, and courage when your own feels completely out of reach. It's the quiet wisdom of saying, I don't really have enough to carry me through, but I'm going to lean on your strength to get me there. But this isn't codependency. It's not helplessness. It's not using people. It's connection. And we need that kind of connection, especially when life feels heavy. In therapy, borrowing strength is when a client leans on the therapist's belief until they can feel it for themselves. In friendship, it's when someone reminds you of who you are when you've momentarily forgotten. In everyday life, this might look like sitting next to someone in their calmness when your head is spinning about all the different scenarios. And sometimes it's a person you don't even know. It's the voice that's on a podcast, in a message, or in your memory that makes you feel safe again. Across cultures and spiritual traditions around the world, the idea of holding strength or light for others is sacred. In Indigenous communities, resilience is something that's seen as the collective whole carrying it together. The term Ubuntu originates from the Bantu speaking peoples of Southern Africa. Ubuntu means I am because we are. Even in religious contexts, we see rituals of prayer, presence, and support when someone is struggling. Mystics talk about standing in the light for others until our own inner flame can return. Borrowing strength matters because it helps you to regulate your nervous system. It models trust and humility. It creates safety because when someone says, hey, I've got you, you can breathe a little bit easier. And that allows us to take the next step, which then takes the next step. And eventually we find our footing and we end up where we want to be. That's why who you surround yourself with matters so, so much. Energy is contagious. And when we're around people whose energy lights up the room and who are actively living their truth, it shifts everything. Your inner circle is either a lid or it's a launch pad. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who make you want to be better, who show up for you and are consistent, and who have qualities that you want to grow in or that you appreciate deeply. When you walk alongside people who hold themselves to a higher caliber, whether that's in purpose, in love, in creativity, you will naturally rise to that bar yourself. And when you do that, you move differently. You dream bigger. You show up for yourself and for others in unimaginable ways. For example, when I think of borrowing strength, I think of my friend Patrick, who I met in a running club when I was living in San Antonio. Patrick has been the sweetest encourager, probably one of my greatest cheerleaders over the last couple of years. Even when he's in the midst of his own stuff, he still remembers to show up for me, to encourage me, to Give me what I need to show up in the day. And this isn't just from an emotional standpoint. Patrick is an avid runner. I have been running for decades, and Patrick's enthusiasm has always been so great for me. I will check the apps, I'll see that he was running and doing his thing, and that encourages me to get in the miles and do the same thing. Borrowing strength doesn't always look like I'm having a down day and someone lifting you up. Sometimes it's also practical, like in the case of Patrick, right? Patrick would ask how my miles are going, if I've signed up for races, what I have going on. And during the winter months here in Colorado, when the last thing I want to do is run, his encouragement and seeing him do what he's doing in Texas when it's like 100 degrees in February, he's still showing up and doing the thing. And that has been one of the strongest attributes of our friendship. And so that's why, if you're feeling depleted in any way, there are simple and powerful ways that you can borrow strength from others without taking anything from them, without requiring anything from them, without setting expectations. It's as easy as reaching out to someone and saying, "Hey, can I get your perspective on this?" It's as easy as choosing to sit in certain spaces of the room near people whose energy naturally uplifts instead of drains. It's calling someone that you love just to hear their voice, or turning on a podcast that you really enjoy doing, not because, or enjoy listening to, not because you're going to learn something from it, but because it calms you, because it gives you a sense of oneness with more than just yourself. You can also visualize all the people in your life who have ever stood up for you, the ones who have ever shown up for you, the ones that have supported you. You can sit in your meditation and your visualization and call out for that energy, to call out for that love or that stability or whatever it is that you're needing in that moment. And if you're not sure, then just sit and allow that energy to naturally flow to you. Even something as simple as whispering a prayer of, "Let me feel the love of all of those who are around me," and letting that sit with you for just 30 seconds. Allow yourself to be anchored and pulling from the strength of those that are around you. There are moments in your life where you have done extraordinary things that you didn't even know you could do, that it felt like a miracle once you crossed that finish line. And when you look back, I can almost guarantee you weren't doing it completely on your own. There was someone somewhere in your corner, whether you recognized it or whether you realize it or not. There was someone, even silently, holding space for you. And their presence gave you a kind of strength you didn't know you had. Sit for that, sit with that for even just a moment, and consider that all the things that you've accomplished in your life are because you've had people who supported and loved you and worked with you. What a marvelous thing that is. What a beautiful space to be in, to know that you are so cherished, that you are a treasure or a gem, something or someone that other people want to uphold, that want to encourage, that want to show up for and root for and cheer on. How marvelous, how marvelous, how marvelous. And so here is one thing I want to leave with you this week. Who in your life has carried you forward just by being themselves? And in turn, who are you carrying to keep that circle, to keep that cycle of love and support going? Share a name, a memory, or a moment in the comments. And if you know someone who might need a little strength, share this with them. You never know what it might unlock for the both of you. And until next time, I'm holding you in the light.